Hey everyone, welcome to Camppatton Family Compound. It's time for the Monday night Fireside chat, and tonight's topic is backup transportation for emergencies. And of course, I got a couple of my lead videos there out of order there. No, hang on, let me get some water. Well, how's everybody doing today? Let me jump over to the comments section so I can say hi to everyone that's come in. All right, Patriot Prepper was the first one in, followed by Where to Be in Homestead. And then Jay came in, and they were chit-chatting. Then Green Granny 2 Denise came in. And then Brother Donnie, Prep for Eternity Homestead. And Kaylin Strain joined us. Phelan Clan Wolf is in the house. Gear Grinding 19 is here. Everybody's talking. Mary Beth Smith is in the house. Uncle Al is in the house. And Suburban Hillbilly. And CR is here. Woo. And let's see here. Everyone's talking back and forth. Cool. Hey, Uncle Al, check your email. All right, so I need to redo my my little lead-in, my thing of for my channel members, because a bunch that had dropped off had come back in again. So so I got to redo it with them back on it again. So it's gonna, I got to get off the duff and do that. All righty. So tonight's topic, maybe what you think it is, may not. Since I prepped the slideshow early this morning and got it set up, some other ideas popped into my mind. So also, you'll probably come up with some ideas too. So if you do, make sure you put them in capital block letters when I get to that portion. But right now, I'm just going to go ahead and start the evening out. And it's not going to start out the way you think, because I want to remind everybody we are doing the weight loss challenge. Oops, it jumped on me. It's not supposed to do that. I wonder why it jumped ahead. Technical difficulty. Anyways, the weight loss. Come on. Must have an automatic timer on that one. The weight loss challenge is, we got 7 people so far, and we need to get a few more so we can have 2 teams, and then we can do it. All right, and let's see. Tibor has joined us, and CP of Hugh Homestead is here too. Yeah, it's acting up because it's Monday. Okay, so if it's just coming down snow and it's getting bad and stuff, and you need to get out, get to work, hey, I got the perfect vehicle for you. Email me if you want one of these that start at $75,000. Yeah, okay. Actually, this is where part of it's going to go to, is modifications. But I saw this one. I just had to throw this one in there. I mean, I like to fold up and down stairs to get up into it on the side here. They just took a van and redid the undercarriage on it. Does it come with a driver? That you're going to have to win the lottery for. Hire a driver. All righty. But seriously speaking, these have been around, since the 50s over in Europe. And so, yeah, there's they have these. This is nothing new. This is old school, folks. This is old school. And now you want to go new school? Hey, I can set you up new school too. I can direct you to this one too. Man. That looks scary fast. I'm sorry, that looks scary fast. Bombardiers. All right. And then, of course, this one here is American made. It's from Razor, and it also has a nice winch on it, too. But on a lot more serious level, they have adaptations for pickup trucks. And so, yeah, this fits on any of the Fords from the 150 up to the 650. But this one's a little bit. This is for more all season long, I believe, because they just bolt, take off the wheels, and they just bolt this on in place of the wheels. So it takes the lug nuts and just puts it right on there. And something a little bit lighter duty for those that just need to get around. These also, they had a picture of this on a little a Volkswagen Jetta, but it was such a poor picture that I couldn't, I put it up there, it's just been all pixelated. That's Montana approved. And let's see, this one here, this one's kind of cool because this one, you drive on and drive off of it, and it locks in place. And get ready for a quick little video thing here on it. So they drive in, locks in place, and they back up, and then they get the other one. So that's the way it works. But on a more reasonable thing, people in snow country sometimes get snowmobiles. And, this is your famous single seater, and it's Joe at Garden State Gardener. Hey, Joe. And, Joe, yeah, Joe, if you need to back there in New Jersey, if you get too much snow, let's drop back. Yeah, you can get this for Ubering in the snow. You can charge triple the fee to get them through. Okay, and then they got double-seater snowmobiles. And then if you want, you can also just tow something behind you. They got all sorts of little tow doohickeys for hauling cargo behind you. Jay's sticking with his polar bear drawn sleigh. Jay, I want to know how you trained that polar bear. And then they go up to actually hauling people in them. And if it's really cold and you want to haul kids and you want to protect them, they got the egg. Yeah. And it's Lewis, the Marshmallow Man. And let's see what else we got here. This one I thought was so cool. This is man-powered. And there are a bunch of different designs that people have done of these. Just taking a bicycle and just tweaked it and put stuff on it to make it work. And you can go, skedaddling across the snow. And here's one of the newer ones. That's a commercially made one, which is also looking really cool. And then, of course, you can actually just go with a bicycle. They got bicycles with the big monster tires on them that are for driving in the snow. And Suzanne's in the house. Hey, Suzanne. And with these tires, there are options on these tires. You can just get the big knobby tires, or you can get the big knobby tires with studs. And some of the stud ones, you get them on with the studs and stuff. Yeah, you can drive on ice. Anything else with it, you'll maintain balance on them and stuff. And then, of course, if you got to go 2 feet and you got groceries with you, Kaylin, get yourself a little snowboard to pull behind you as you're walking along, or you get one of these roll-up snowboard things. That way you roll it up, you take it with you in the store, you get your groceries, get out there, pile them on that, and pull it on home. And is that the end of it? Nope. One more for those that are mobility challenged. They actually have a track unit for getting around in all weather. I believe that's the last of it. Yeah, that's the last of it. Now, however, since I did that, I got notified of a video by a friend of mine over in Montana. He's actually and he's a public official as well too. And I'm going to try to get that back up here. Okay, let me get his channel up here, guys. I just thought about this as getting set up. I forgot, didn't have a chance to get it all the way set up here. Okay, so back to Basics 101. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so he's been putting out some videos again. He was busy at the state capitol. This is the one we're going to look at here. And we got an ad. Come on, ad. Get done playing. There we go. All right, so he takes his muck boots, rubber muck boots, and he puts studs that are for car tires, not truck tires, car tires. They're a little bit shorter, and he puts them in there on it. So jump to the so there you go. He's put some. He has studs on him. He puts most of the studs on the heel for that's where most of his weight goes, and they just screw right on in. And yeah, so back to Basics 101. If you want to watch this video, Control C. There you go. There's the video. You guys can check that out later. But if you're in a lot of icy and areas and stuff, that's probably something you want to get. Hey, Wayne, how's it going? Got the ungrateful peasant here. So that's a good video there. Now, as far as those studs go, I went back and did some more research on them. And they actually, from what I had on my Amazon page before, they dropped down. Let's see if I can get what sure it should be on here. Yes. Okay. So I went added a couple more to my different ones, short ones. Now these are short. So the 12 millimeter is almost a ½ inch long, but they also have 9 millimeter, which is almost 3/8 of an inch long, not quite 3/8. And that's the total height on it. Let me show you that. The 9 millimeter here goes from the tip down here all the way up to the top. And you can see how you leave the 1 millimeter of it is the stud that stays above it. It only leaves 8 millimeters, which is figure it out. But you know, almost a little over 1/4 of an inch long on this part that screws into the rubber on your boots and stuff if you need to do it. They also, these are made though for going in the car tires. So there you have it. So that's something else to help you, you know, do it. There's all sorts of different ways you can put them in. They put them, get all crazy with it, and they do all sorts of neat things on them. And see, there they put them in the bicycles, the knobbies on bicycles. So that's the way to keep yourself going in the snow and ice when you got to take a bicycle. All right. Hey, Wendy, Hardnack Farms. And once again, Uncle Al, if you check your email. So these are some of the things I came across. Those were some of the ideas I came across. Pros that I came across with the different things for the ways to keep yourself. So I'm adjusting stuff on the other side here. Okay, that you keep yourself mobile when wait, 9 millimeter. Now he's got to pay attention. They also come in 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter, 14 millimeter, or 12 millimeter, 14 millimeter, and something above 14, but I didn't look at it because that was getting a little too long. I didn't want to screw that into any of my tires. Actually, the longer one I probably could get for my my tractor, because it's got the big old rubber, cleats on it that I could screw into to give me more traction, which is something I may have to look into. But so drop this in here. Okay. For all my friends that want to come up, there's the link to come on up, and we can talk about it up here. They also make it for the 9mm ones. Actually, there's some 8mm ones that have a different type blade, almost like a auger blade on it. That instead of just a screw, so it digs in a little bit better and hangs on a little better, doesn't fly out. Supposedly they're better at higher speeds. And they showed those people putting those besides into the tires, the passenger cars, because they're short, short and everything. They also show them putting them into tennis shoes. So yeah, you screw them in. Hang on a second here. Let's see if I can bring that back up here. Okay, so this one here, right there, is the it goes into your cordless drill or whatever, and it comes a thing and just screws it right on in. And so yeah, and when he forgot his name, we're to be Back to Basics 101. When he was putting them in there, there's Al. There he is. He was putting them in, and he showed he screwed it in. Oh nope, I need to go a little bit farther. And he didn't want to bury it too far into the sole. He went just a little at a time, so make sure he got it to the right depth. But hey, it works. It works on cars. I mean, that's what most of these are designed for cars and stuff like that. But yeah.
Gotta fix something. 1 second.
And golf shoes and wool socks, you'll be fine. Yeah. But there are also, let me see, something else for if you got to walk around, you don't want to spend the extra money on the heavy duty stuff. Snow studs for shoes. Here we go. Check this out, Al. Of course, you don't need this down there where you're at, do you?
Yes, I do. I'm in 3 different zones here. If I go 40 miles eastward, I hit the high Sierras. I'm up there, like 3 feet of snow.
Yeah, they got different ones, and one's from Walmart, $6.49. Let me go ahead and jump into. Let me go take this and change this to Amazon. Put it in there, and see they have been at Amazon as well. They kind of have rubber around them. They just kind of stretch on over your shoes and go on. They got, some have a few, some have more, some are just plastic, some have plastic with the studs in them, and here's some that are just cord, just like a paracord. And where are the other ones? These are the other type here that just strap on fairly easy, and they got studs on them. And then they do have the metal cleat ones as well. But you can get the replacements for some of these. This one here was a gnarly looking one. Look at all them studs.
Best person to ask for this type of boot or crampons is the ice fisherman.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you which one's the best. The plastic studded ones are horrible, because if you're ice fishing and you have a chainsaw and trying to cut a hole, you don't want to slip.
Yeah. And there's the ones that you got the chains down below. So.
And also has little teeth on it.
Yep. So you got plenty of bites there to be able to keep from slipping.
Hi,
Hey,
Duncan.
Brenda, how's it going?
Now, one of the things I use when I'm winter camping is this. Remember I showed you last time on the live stream?
Yeah, yeah.
And
If you're out there, if you're going to be trudging through the snow, you want to have something in your pockets to help keep you warm.
yeah,
And actually, Al, I was talking to someone else. He has a couple extra of those, and what he does is on his socks, he wears two pairs of socks. He'll slide it in between the two socks and around the ankle to provide heat down there toward so it, where the veins go down on the inside, not the outside, the inside of the legs. He'll put it there to help heat the blood going to the toes a little
yeah.
more.
You could get a sock with a little holder for the Zippo, the small
Yeah,
one, and it fits really good inside your sleeping bag. You have to be careful, folks. You don't want to get the big one because I've seen a couple people set their sleeping bags on fire, which was funny as hell. This is why
yeah.
Uncle Alan has a
Yeah, you got to realize how much heat they put out and where you're at and what you're going to be needing them for.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's kind of hilarious because that's why Uncle Alan carries a fire extinguisher. Because I train a lot of people when I go up there. I said, "You're in a tent. Uncle Alan's in the teardrop trailer with a nice heating. I'm not. I'm old. I'm not stupid. You go camp in the snow.
yeah.
I have a
Hey,
nice
our cabin in the woods.
Hi, our cabin in the woods. The teardrop trailer is built for snow. It has the big grippy wheels, and also it has a nice heater inside and a toilet. I'm
Okay,
not using. Go ahead.
I'm going to jump to something here real quick. I just found the video portion for the studs. There they are. And I see you realize he has to go just a little bit more. There you go, studs, instant studs on your tires. Yeah. So the only thing is you got to make sure when you're putting those on, if you're doing your stuff, you got to make sure you measure right so you have equal balanced amount on there. Or once you get in there, take it back into your tire dealership and see if they'll rebalance the tire so it has the put the weights on it right so it's balanced so you don't go whoa, 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 down the road because you put too many of those studs on one side of the wheel.
Oh, Wayne brings up a good point on the USB heaters. They're only
Uh-huh.
for urban use. Do not take them out into the snow and woods. One, they're electrical. Electricity and water don't mix, folks. I
Yeah.
keep telling that to people. And second reason, once the temperature drops below 10 degrees, they don't work.
Yeah. Yeah. The battery packs don't work good on them.
Right.
All right. I know Tibor says that it can't run studded tires there. You can't run studded tires in California. However, I know the California one says metal studded tires. So people are putting the little plastic studs in because the plastic studs don't damage as much.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve. All right, take care of whatever business you do. Then you can come up here and talk about how you need how you're going to get around when it starts snowing down there in LA. But yeah, there's a lot of things to consider about. Now, when I'm talking about this, the title is backup transportation for winter emergencies. I'm not talking SHTF. I'm not talking the end of the world as we know it. I'm talking about, oh crap, we got a superstorm and I need to get around, or the snow trucks are broken down and can't clear my streets, or I got to work and I'm going to have to leave the car there because I don't have snow chains for the car and it's not supposed to snow here. And now LA has 6 inches of snow. Hey, Q, how's it going?
If you guys want to see a true guy, he bought a ghost town. He's a friend of mine. It's called Cerro Gordo, living in a desert ghost town. They got snow, and it's a desert town right on the edge of Death Valley. Okay, when do you see Death Valley getting snow?
every year.
Right. And he couldn't believe how much snow. He got snow in his house.
Yeah, usually they only, at the most Death Valley gets, you know, an inch, half
So,
inch there, maybe 3 inches max near the foothills and stuff when it's just right for the snow to accumulate. Yeah, but Death Valley's hot in the summer, cold in the winter.
right.
Heck, it's cold in the summer at nighttime sometimes.
Right. But Death Valley is cold and dry because that big atmospheric stream,
Yeah.
he got snow. And the only way he got out of there was
Mm-hmm.
an ATV with studs on the wheels. They said,
Yeah.
we had snow drifts that were 4 feet high.
Yeah.
When do
Hey,
you have
Ontario Homestead.
Hi, Ontario Homestead?
Oh,
When do you,
Ontario has 8 to 10 inches coming Wednesday.
well, that's not bad.
I think, Barry, you were saying 3 or 4 inches, I think, or who's that back? Someone back at the beginning was saying how many inches they had coming. Maybe it was here. Maybe it was over on. It was Jay. Jay was saying, station was saying they're supposed to get, 3 to 6 inches. Then it's 2 to 4. Then it's 4 to 6. And, they can't make up their mind what they're going to forecast.
Right. Also, I have to tell people on this date in 1977, it snowed in Alabama and Florida.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So, but the thing is, you never can tell what the emergency is. And remember, was it last year, the year before? Texas had this, the Snowmageddon.
Right. That was 2020 to 2021.
Yeah. All right. So, 2 years ago, and then we just had the polar vortex that hit most of us, and there's supposed to be another one coming here near the end of the month.
A big one.
That's what they're projecting because the atmospheric patterns over Siberia and over the North Sea are acting similar again. So, but anyways, it can be anything. You could not get any snow at all, and suddenly you can find yourself on ice because hey, it got so cold, the fire hydrants broke and sprayed water everywhere. Yeah, it could, whatever the emergency is for getting around. It can just be a short 1 or 2 day thing. Fortunately, if you're well, everybody got used to working from home during the Red Dragon, you can call in. They'll say, "Hey, sorry, it's so bad. I will work from home today." Unless, of course, you're a stalker at Home Depot or Walmart. Y'all stock from home here.
Yep. Patriot Pepper did a thing. Ryan Hall is another weather guy. We like to study the weather, and we're talking about it's going to be iffy next 2 weeks in February. So it's either going to be tornado, hurricane, or snowstorm. Take your
or
pick.
all of the above.
Yeah.
So the thing is, sometimes most people, they do have snow tires, and in some areas that they haven't studied, they have studded, but they suddenly get a dump on that they're not ready for, and the city's not ready for, and they're stuck and they need to walk home. Now, so there are some fold up bikes with big fat tires on them. If you can afford them, you can put in your trunk, or you got snowshoes. People forget about snowshoes. Actually, let me go ahead and pull some of those up here. And because that was, hopefully I'll find it here.
While Gil's doing that, learn how to drive in the snow. It's getting ridiculous. I see so many people in SUV. Once you put in four-wheel drive, you don't have snow tires or chains. Learn how to drive in the snow. I swear to God, it's like every year when my nephews take me up to the snow, I'm looking at the side of the road. There's 4 or 5 SUVs stuck in the ditch.
Yeah, I had a friend, Kenneth from Canada. And he taught me, he came in, we were, bumming around together, and we were driving a Ford Fairmont wagon in Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania, and he taught me how to drive a station wagon in the snow, which is a totally different animal because they love to have their back end pass you. Internet lagging bag. Okay, Ontario. Hey, Gunslinger, how's it going? And so let me throw this up here. There's a whole mess of snowshoes now. And what's interesting is a couple years ago, about 10 years ago, these were all over $100.
Yeah.
And then the manufacturing, pros, the manufacturing stuff going to the new way they're building them and stuff makes it a lot cheaper to build them, and the prices have come down. But I mean, hey, $34 or $35 to put a pair in your trunk.
Right. And remember, folks, these are bear paw styled snowshoes. They're not built for speed. I have an expensive one. It's called the Weber tail. It's not on this because once you see the price, you're like, eek.
Yeah.
All right. Beaver tails are designed for speed. They're durable and they cost like hell.
Yeah.
And I have to warn people about that because if you want a slow pace, get a bear claw, what you see on the screen right there. It's a lot safer for you. You have to use poles because a bear paw is not balanced like a beaver tail.
Yeah.
I keep warning people this.
These just about every one of these come. There's a couple here, but you see most of them have poles that come with them.
I'll get a solid pole. Those collapsible poles are garbage.
Yeah. But if this is an emergency one for just the emergencies only, and you want to pack it in your vehicle emergency kit, so that's one thing that'll work.
Right. Also put in an inflatable splint.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people break their legs because they don't know how to walk in these things. It's like, I'm looking at, what are you doing?
All right, here's a little bit longer one here. Yeah, so there are different sizes and stuff. And like the one on that video, he just was wearing his regular boots. Let's go back up to it. This one here, the Alps one, he was just wearing his regular work boots, and he just strapped them in there.
Yep.
So
and also notice he has a safety helmet too.
Yeah. Well, he did in the way. Yeah, he has it underneath his hoodie.
Because I keep telling people, bear paws are very unstable. It takes a long time to master it without the poles, a longer time if you have collapsible poles. This is why I start off all the beginners with ski poles that are designed. You want to get the one with the big bottom cup for beginners, because I see people with the collapsible ones fall over the place. If you want to see something funny, go see Hubble's cat when he falls on his face.
He was the target earlier today on Corsair's Trainers on the Misfits toys. He opened his mouth again and inserted both feet, so they were picking on him. Gunslinger says, not the case anymore. Collapsible trek poles are great nowadays. They've advanced them.
Wayne has trouble getting the link.
Okay. Let me put it in here.
YouTube. A lot of North Koreans, Chinese, some Russians are hacking all over the place. I've been on like 3 live streams. And
all right, here. Try it again. Here, I'm trying it again, Wayne. There it is again. You should be able to just right click on in the comments there, and it should take you right to bring you right in. Yeah, or left click on it. Sorry, either way. Let me go ahead and.
Did you know, Gil, that StreamYard bought out Melon?
What happened?
StreamYard bought out Melon streaming services.
Oh, they bought out Melon?
Yeah, and the stock prices went up.
Ah, cool. All right, good. He got it. I need to keep an eye out down below. Yeah, so there, if you need to get around these, having a set of these shoes in your vehicle in case your vehicle gets stuck, If you have a locker or a file cabinet at work, you can stick some in and keep them there. That's an option too.
Some of them has a carrying case too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go back down one. I think it's on the right side.
Yeah, I saw some there. There were several that had them, but I want to check something out. So, yeah, you got those things about. It's going to show. Oh, wait a minute. I know I got to probably type roll up in. Yeah, I got to type roll up. Look, RO. Roll up snow skids. All right. So you got the roll up ones here. Well, the thing is, I haven't seen here. Looking back, I know there's Wayne. There used to be ones like these here, but they had rope on the side, so they had holes in the rope. You know, that way you could grab onto it. You have multiple people on. If you have groceries on there, you can have bungees and just pull the sides up a little bit to keep it from digging in, make it easier to go. Oh, air inflatable ones too.
Yep.
So there are different things you can get to, that are easy to pack for getting stuff home, getting you home. It's, you don't want to get snuck out. Look up pole sled. Okay. Let's see what it shows for that. You don't want to get stuck out there. Here's some other ones that Kaylin recommends. So yeah, here's some of the hard shell ones, and different hard shell ones as well. What's neat about those roll-up ones is that
it fits in your trunk.
It fits in your trunk. You can roll it up if you have a little day pack that you need to get home with. You have it on your day pack. There's different things you can do to have it with you. If you're expecting bad snow and you're going to have to walk home or something, carrying other stuff that you don't want to carry in your hands, because you don't want to be carrying stuff if you're trying to maintain your balance walking the snow. You'd rather just wrap a rope around your waist to whatever you're pulling and go trudging along.
If you want to laugh, go see Hubble's cat.
You just want to laugh. If you want to laugh anyways, just go look at Hubble's cat and say, how can he think like that? Oh, but yeah, Robert, I saw your hello there. And anybody else I missed on the side chat, hello. And those that are lurking, just say lurking. Just type in lurking, and you're good to go.
Wayne, how are you doing?
Not doing all right. How about you guys? Just I was actually watching Timcast, which I don't usually watch, but they had Steven Crowder on there, and with what's going on right now, he's making some interesting points about YouTube and everything else.
Oh, remember what I told everybody in 2019 that YouTube is going to two stocks I don't invest. That's Microsoft and Google. Because 2025, you're going to see a lot of tech people go, boom. There's 12 other tech stocks that you can invest. And I already had my nephews invest in those. So we're going to get a pretty good, nice income.
Oh, the market's getting saturated right now. And YouTube is doing it to themselves, really, with the way they treat creators. I mean, and it's not even big creators. It's small guys with a couple thousand subscribers like us that just get hammered for no reason because they don't want us to get big.
Right. Because they want to be safe and sane and go after corporate accounts. The word on corporate, because if Wayne went to a corporate sponsor, not by YouTube, but himself, and set it up, he gets better leeway than anything that YouTube or, the country between Mongolia and Japan, because people are asking, where's YouTube office? It's not in San Ramon. It's over there.
Well, YouTube will take corporate money. Basically, if you have a live show that you want to produce, You can pay YouTube $1.5 million, just for an example, to call you directly if there's an issue with any of your shows before they strike you, and set agreements so they'll stream your live show, but as soon as you take it down, you edit your content and throw it back up so you don't offend anyone, kind of deal. And that's the kind of stuff they go after, and they're catering more towards these corporate deals like Daily Wire, Turning Point USA, PragerU, all these fake conservative companies that are, saying that they're fighting big tech while they're bending the knee and forcing their own content creators to follow YouTube's rules and finding them if they don't.
You know what's the new extortion racket they're doing? Because I'm ahead of you, most of you guys. If you have old videos that was struck and you got paid for them, they want their money back. That's extortion, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not to harp on that too much longer, we'll go back to the topic here, is that I noticed that with looking at my my analytics for the last 28 days, because I try daily, if they say make daily, I put it into a spreadsheet, and I go back about 15, 16 days or so. All of a sudden, it'll be down a couple cents from what they said before. I go back a week farther, and all of a sudden it's down. It's down like 20, 50 cents. And I go back just before the cycle for payment goes. All of a sudden, I see a bunch of them are down several dollars daily that they've taken off. And what's weird is yesterday, my watch hours and views were up, which should mean that the revenue goes up. Revenue dropped down to like less than $1. And it's like, yeah. And then, of course, like Chris White says, he's tracked where his super chats have just totally disappeared.
Let's go back to the snow.
Yeah.
Wayne, did you have any snow in Tennessee yet?
Yeah, we got some that week before. It was like right after Christmas when we had that snowstorm come through. We had some last week, and the weather's been pretty decent. We'll get, 4, 5, 6 days of cold weather, then it goes back to being 40s and 50s and back to cold weather again. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going through right now here. We just dropped in temperature again. Actually, last night was the cold night with 3 degrees. Tonight's low is supposed to be 13, 14 tomorrow, 10. Then it starts going up 19, 20, 21. So, yeah. The thing is, though, sometimes the high and the low are just that far apart. It's like, okay, it's not dropping off cold during the daytime, nighttime, but it's staying that cold during the daytime.
Right. But I have to warn people on the East Coast, you got 2 atmospheric rivers running through you. And where Wayne is, you on one side of you is a horrible atmospheric river. On the other side of you is a horrible atmospheric river. So you're in this little wedge. And hopefully you stay nice and dry and not get like Boston, 12 inches of snow.
Yeah, we're in a good spot because we're up high too, so the tornadoes don't come up here.
All right. Okay, we got some chat stuff here. All right, Steve's making a joke that he knows all there is about snow. He hates snow. Kaylin was talking about Laura's house. Yeah, they got just mud everywhere. There's some trucks stuck out there from the guys who are working on it. They had to get them towed out. And Gunslinger was saying, yeah, you want to pull a sled behind you, get a weight harness. They have those little harnesses you wear for pulling the weight sleds. Yeah, that works too. I mean, that's probably the better way to do it.
Yeah, the mud can be no joke up at our place in Arizona. If it snows or it rains, we can't do anything for 4 days because the mud is so bad.
Yeah, I mean, when you got the mud, I'm going to go back to the pictures here. All right, start it there. All right. So yeah, this is the extreme one. I put this in there just because I thought it was funny that someone would go to, but some people probably have to do that. But hey, old time Europe. not too good for the mud, good for the ice on the roads. But who can afford $80,000 just for one of these? But they have these nice sets, and some of the tall ones, like this one here, actually do fairly well. Not really good, but fairly well in mud. The problem is with these, your mud starts getting around on your
gears,
wheels and stuff there, and you can cause problems.
Oh, especially in a Jeep, you got a minivan motor in it.
Yeah. And like this one here is this is made to drive up onto. Here, let me show you how you drive up onto it. I drive up onto it, and then they back up onto it, and once it's locked, and then they lock everything in together to keep it from moving. But yeah, so there are different ones. They actually have sets for that you can just bolt on the tires. So you roll it up like snow chains, and it cinches down, and it's got the big old cleats for mud and snow and ice. But it's also one of those ones, like this one here is probably the easiest one to take on and off. But I just want a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
If I had 4-wheel drive, I could put it in 4-wheel drive and not drive around, so nervous and everything all the time here.
Well, even if you had a front wheel drive, it's a lot better than rear wheel.
True.
Yeah.
On the ice and snow, the front wheel drive is great.
Yeah. But my daughter has a Kia minivan that has Kia minivan that has push button. I knew someone was going to put that in there, Jay. Has push button 4-wheel drive, and I watched it one time backing out of the driveway after I scraped it. I got it scraped down, but I wasn't able to break through the ice on the street yet. And she backed out and she started sliding. You could see her pushing a dash button from the house, and all of a sudden it grabbed, and it was like, okay. Oh.
Oh, and I have to tell everybody, after you drive in the snow, because my old garage, my first house before it burned down to the ground, we had a hot water receptacle and a sink, cold and hot. I had garden hose, and I had a drain in the garage. You know what people who drive in the mud and snows, what's that drain for and the hose for?
Washing the boots off.
No, to wash the undercarriage of the car.
Oh, the car, okay.
I have a pressure sprayer too, but I find just the garden hose and a regular nozzle and turn on the hot water.
See, I do that. I don't have a drain. I just did that outside before I pull into the shop. I just spray. If I need to, I can spray everything off with my light duty pressure washer, get it all clean, and then I can pull in after it's dried for a little bit. And then I can just use my tractor to scrape all the mud off the driveway.
Right. And back east, if they sell you a stupid car with undercoating, because a lot of that, don't get it, because I know what undercoating is, and I know the prices, and what they sell you is garbage.
Well, the moisture gets in between the undercoating and the metal, and it traps the moisture in there. It actually rots your frame and stuff out worse than if you never had it.
Right. It's a special undercoating, and it's expensive because it's, how can I say it? It's not a paint. It's Amadat. What's the word? Amadat? Amadize?
Yeah. The best thing you can do is take like some WD-40 or CPC or something and go underneath and just spray your frame every now and again, like every 14 days. And we have it worked out in naval aviation. It's about every 14 days you need to do something like that. And it's the best thing you can do, because all those coatings, even the really expensive ones, you can't fight moisture. No matter how much you think you can never 100% win against moisture. It'll always get in the undercoating between that and the bare metal.
Yeah.
Okay. Along that line, let me pull it up here. You can buy bulk WD-40 and then just get yourself a garden sprayer and spray underneath.
Yeah, if I lived somewhere where it was really salty, I would do that every 14 days. I'd get a good coat of something similar, WD-40 or similar, like CPC, um,
Yeah.
something along those lines, and then hose it off every now and again because you don't want that salt settling up there.
Yeah. Well, around here, they got the drive-through car washes that you can pay to wash the car normally, or you can pay for them to turn on the underjets.
Yeah.
And so they have one spot of it where they got all these underjets that spray underneath the car and just get all the salt off. And okay, hang on. CR says apply to biking too. Yeah, especially if you have those, the bikes that are made for going in the snow, the big old fat tires with studs in them. Use a crap ton of salt and brine. Well, they use a lot of the brine sprays here in the city, and if it's during the week, they usually go out and they catch. The state does Highway 91, the Yellowstone Highway, from here up to there, and they'll spray some parts of it when they get to cities and stuff. They take care of it in the cities, but in Idaho Falls, they also have their own trucks that go up and down the main drags and spray those beforehand. And it's just basically like a little, thing, just little sprays of a stream down there, leaving a brine solution on the pavement, so that when it snows, it instantly melts and everything else. And then they have the snow trucks as well. Well, this last week, Friday or Thursday, it wasn't supposed to snow over the weekend. Friday, there was a 10% chance. Saturday, it jumped up to a 70% for Sunday and Monday. And of course, Monday was a holiday, and Sunday they don't work. The maintenance department doesn't work on Sunday unless it's an emergency, and snow is not an emergency. And so it snowed Sunday, and it snowed a little bit Monday morning, and I had to go into Idaho Falls for something Monday. And when I got, down here, the streets were all clear, because as soon as it started snowing, I was out here on my street with my tractor clearing it, and the city maintenance guy was driving around with the snow plow or the tractor with the big blade behind it, clearing off the streets as best he could. I wish he'd use the truck more often, because it actually has a weighted snow plow that cuts the snow before he drives on it. And so Bingham County, where I'm at, had 91 clear. Bonneville County cleared 91 a little bit going up there, and the state had already sprayed, so they'd sprayed anyways, because they just do it every 4 or 5 days. If snow's in the forecast 10 days out, they make a trip and just spray just for the heck of it. And got up into Idaho Falls, went to turn off a 91 onto Sunnyside, and Sunnyside was not sunny. It was like, holy smokes, everybody going around the corner were just, because we were used to driving on pavement, because they had been cleared by the county and the state. Turn that corner, and once you go over the railroad tracks, suddenly you're fishtailing. Oh shoot! Ease it back down to 10 miles an hour, and that's what everybody was doing. 10 miles an hour in a 40-mile-an-hour zone.
Right, go see the short. I have to warn people about snow plows. Now, just a month ago, the guy who played Hawkeye,
Jeremy Rayner in Reno, Nevada.
Yeah, he got smacked, and he had 30 bones broken.
Yeah, and he tweeted the other day, yesterday or Sunday or Saturday, but he's supposed to go back in for surgery this week for more surgery. And he was helping a stranded motorist, and the snowplow guy had his head up his butt. You see people out there on that, you don't just keep highballing it. and run their ass.
He was like outside the cab on the side of a snowcat, and the snowplow guy came through and flipped the snowcat over on him.
Yeah. I got a feeling that snowplow guy is going to be without a job and facing jail time.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why old people are leaving Reno, Nevada. They don't want to die from snowplows.
Yeah.
So they're all leaving. Where? To
Well,
Tennessee.
put this. Guess who one of Jeremy Rayner's friends is in Reno?
Who?
The mayor. She's pissed. Yeah. So, if that was a city snowplow, that guy's fired. But
because I just did a video about why old people are moving to Tennessee. They like Tennessee. And I'm looking at them like, yeah, I would leave Massachusetts for Tennessee too.
There's a lot of old people here. There seems like most of the population here is old.
Number one place to head down there, folks, Tennessee. Don't go to Kentucky. Too many meth heads.
Yeah, you get the hills have eyes vibes up in East Kentucky.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, what was that TV show? Justified.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes place just north of here.
Oh, hi, Star of India.
Hey, Star.
But back to the snow, folks. You have to be careful. Don't be like people in the Northeast. That lady who died in her car. It's like you don't have a sleeping bag. You're in disco clothes. Sorry, dated myself. You're in party clothes, and you don't have a heater. Every time I go up in the mountains, I have a Coleman heater, white gas. I'm old school, in the SUV or truck. And my nephew says, "We have a heater, Uncle Al. Why do you have to bring that thing all the time?" I'm not taking any chances. You go out in the snow and freeze.
Yeah, one time without it, with breaking down, getting stuck, something you'll know why.
Yeah. The whole country is doing that, Tibor. I moved out of Washington because of the people that moved up there. The whole country, it doesn't matter where you go. It's hard to find locals anywhere. Everybody's been shifting around.
Yeah. I get that, Robert. You want everyone to stay out of there until you buy your place. And then once you buy your place and an investment place, then they can move in and then you can sell your investment place at 3 times the price.
Oh, I keep a couple of wool blankets. Anytime I travel up in the snow, a couple of wool blankets.
Hand warmers. Make sure you have extra hand warmers and stuff. All right. I'm gonna pull something else up here real quick here. Actually, I gotta pull it from this one. That just reminded me of something else to have, in emergencies, in the wintertime. Let me get, where is that's under, which list is that under? Did I put it there? No, it's over in the other one here. Bay salt. Okay, my wife and I spent some time going through on Amazon, going through all the wool gloves and stuff. And why is these? I'm not sure why these two are a little bit different. But I went through and checked all the different ones. They're all fingerless with a pullover wool mitten on it. And the one I wound up getting one of these. Actually, I don't want to do that. So, but 100%. That's why this one here is 100. This is the one I got. The 100% rag wool with the leather palm and the insulate lining in it. I was out there shoveling snow, and even with my other wool gloves, which are similar to this one down here, my hands get cold after a while. With this one here, my hands stayed a lot warmer the entire time I was out there shoveling snow, and it was cold. And so, yeah, there's different ones out there to get. Get yourself a good, good pair of wool gloves with the Thinsulite fleece lining on the inside to keep your hands extra toasty warm. And if you're allergic to wool, that hopefully that insulation stuff on the inside will do it. Or you can get the thin cotton gloves that you put all the way on first, and then put the wool gloves over it. Layers keep your hands warmer.
I like the fingerless ones when I'm working. Once your fingertips go numb, it doesn't bother you anymore. Keeps your hand just warm enough.
Yeah. Well, it's like the fingerless ones with when I pull the cover over on it, the fingertip ones, all of a sudden now the fingertips are able to share heat better. So your fingertips heat up fairly quick. Star, do you get snow where you are in India? I doubt it, but do you get snow in that part of India? Because I think he's down in the southern tip. I think he's in zone 13 or something like that.
If he's in southern tip, that's 13. Monsoon.
Yeah. And thinner gloves under those, yeah. Yeah, those flip mittens are I love them.
Yeah, see,
13B. He's even warmer. He's closer to 14A.
It's almost close to the equator.
Yeah. So he probably doesn't. Yeah, he says he doesn't get any snow there at all. So.
Oh, it does snow in India, folks. Himalayas.
Yeah, the north Himalaya. India is a big country, and go from the southern tip to the north is quite a ways away. He's closer to the sun. Yeah. So, folks, side chat. Any particular things that you do precautions you take to make sure that you can get around, and if there's a bad winter situation where you're at. And one of the things my wife has told me several times is just when you're buying those bags of salt, 50-pound bags of salt, keep 4 or 5 of them in the back of the truck. I say I keep 4 or 5 in the back of the truck, they're going to disappear. Unless I find some other bags to put over, like I get some of the big gunny sack bags and put over them so people can't tell what they are.
Well, you can put one thing you can do is get some sandbags, like 3 or 4 of the 20-pound sandbags for each side to put over your rear axle.
Yeah. They have a habit of not liking, sandbags. Is something. Oh, you got sandbags in here to add weight. No, you can't do that. Well, if I have the ice salt, the salt for melting ice and stuff, I always picked it up at Costco.
They say you can't have sandbags.
Some of them say they don't want you putting sandbags in especially in your trunks, sandbags or cinder blocks. I know Pennsylvania is one that says you couldn't put cinder blocks in there. And so what we did, we just we got one of the big 50 or not 50, it was the big bag of dog food, the big huge monster one. Put 2 of those in there. Car rode around a lot better.
The reason why the sandbags and cinder blocks, Purple Gang back in the 30s, they used to disappear people.
No, the reason why is because back in the day, people would put it in there and drive crazy, and the bags would shift around. All of a sudden, they shift to the very back, and now you got this whipping effect as you spin out.
Yeah, I've never had them say anything to me about that. I just tell them to screw off and write me a ticket, take it to court.
Hey, Carol.
Yeah. Hey, Carol.
Yeah, YouTube's acting crazy right now, folks, so be careful. Oh, another thing, if you're getting snow boots, make sure the liner is removable. And
interesting. Says I uploaded 2 videos instead of being live. Interesting.
Yeah.
Because I noticed when I go try to do when I go to set up my live, as in after I go in to put in after I set it up with the streamer, I got to go back into YouTube Studio and I got to pick what folder I want it to go into. I want to go into my live stream folder, and then I add my tags and stuff. But down below tags, it says what type is it, and they always switch it from education to entertainment, and I got to change it back to education, real life experience, a real life application. And YouTube, I guess, doesn't like that.
Right.
But
yeah, they do that to mine all the time too. They change it to entertainment. I don't know. I pick random categories just to try to see
well,
if it does anything
mine is
different.
my default upload is set for education. On the lives, they try to change it to entertainment. So I got to go back in there and change it. So let me go look here at something here.
That's like Barry's trying to bake a potato in a wood stove. That's going to be interesting. Poke holes so it don't boom.
Interesting. When I go in through YouTube to the YouTube homepage, it pops up there as me being live, and it went right to it. Huh.
Right. People, if you buy snow boots, buy good ones, not the cheap Chinese ones. LL Beans, that rubber bottom and leather top with a whirled insert, that's only good for fall and spring wet conditions. They're crap in the snow. Trust me. I had an expensive pair of LL Beams, and it's great in the spring and in the fall, but once you get enough snow, it's cold and wet and stinks like hell. You ever try to dry out one of those boots?
Okay, let me check something here. Okay.
Oh, another trick with a snow boot. If you have detachable the sheepskin liners, you wear that when you're sleeping in your below zero sleeping bag. Keeps your feet nice and warm.
Okay. Oh, it seems to be showing up when I go through Gray Man Prepping to look at it. But interesting.
Oh, hi, Shawnee.
Go back and look at my my page here. It says,
I can't think. Is Samantha? Hi, Samantha.
yeah, that says I'm live there, streaming software, live now, 61 views so far. And videos was, I did publish a video this morning at 1 minute after midnight. But yeah, weird. Yeah, YouTube is weird.
Yeah.
So was it Rumbalaya is making advances too on their platform, trying to make it more user friendly.
I'm gonna be moving back over there. I tried Rumble when I first started, and I was having a lot of issues because I had to have a separate program and a separate thing to make separate videos only on Rumble's app. So I couldn't make them on my camera. I had to use my phone. I could only use their app. So I couldn't make one video and upload it to different platforms.
Right.
And then it was really hard because nobody wanted to move over on Rumble at first because nobody knew what it was. Everyone's still stuck on YouTube. But now that it's picking up steam, I'm going to try it again. Well, I'm starting a new podcast up, and I'm going to post like little 2 to 3 minute videos on YouTube on that. And then I'm going to post the full videos and everything I do on Rumble and see if I can't push the content or at least drive it over there.
Right.
Yeah. So you do your little short 1-2 minute video here, and then down in the description you have the link for over there.
Yeah.
Right. Wayne, try Utreon.
I heard of it.
Yeah, they're real nice guys. And if you do your videos there, tell them what your setup is. And the owner is a really nice guy. He'll explain how to do step by step. And it's whatchamacallit. If you want to watch Wayne, go to Utreon and you pay for his website. It's a website or channel, I can't remember. They were talking about it as an investment a couple of years ago, and I said I'm not interested. It's too early. Maybe come back 2023. They're doing fairly good. A lot of firearm channels are over there.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's as long as they're not using YouTube. That's one of the things that's the reason I don't have a Patreon channel, is because everyone's like, "Oh, go to Patreon and we'll get off YouTube." Well, Patreon uses YouTube service.
Right.
So it's doesn't do any good to go to Patreon.
Right. You want to go to Utreon.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to replace Patreon. Utreon's a lot better. Because always my nephews bring these weird companies and tell, why are we buying Chevron? I said, shut up, buy Chevron. Because remember, everybody's being green.
Yeah.
So the price went down. Go look at Chevron stocks right now. Uncle
All right,
Alan,
so let's see, Shawnee came in, and Samantha came in, and who else snuck in here? Anybody else that snuck in that I missed? Hi, thank you for
Mary
coming.
Beth, had to go out. Later,
Yeah.
Mary Beth.
All right. Good night, Mary Beth. Yeah, have a good night's sleep. Yeah, so the thing is, you got to look at what your area gets in the wintertime. Now, Steve down there may not have to worry about snow, and only once in a while worried about freezing temperatures, but he may have to worry more about excessive rainstorms and flooding. So he may need to put get one of those inflatable Zodiac boats in the back of his SUV. Is Steve still here? Did he hear that?
Steve left.
But so check your area's normal and abnormal weather is what you got to prepare for. So, and of course, all right, let's see, Cottonwood Ranch, Raquel up in Canada. It was trying to have a hook her horse jack up to the sleigh she got, and she's did several attempts on that. But there are certain things, certain conditions, weather conditions, you got to be ready for alternative modes to get around. And of course, you always remember you may always wind up being on foot. So make sure you have good shoes or boots, and everything else you're going to need to survive out there on foot.
And don't forget to have a winter kit in your car, folks.
Yeah.
You don't want to end up like those people in the Northeast, like Buffalo, New York. How many people froze to death in their cars?
One of the problems to consider is that just because you're going from your nice warm house to a nice warm work office, and you got a nice warm car, is no excuse not to layer clothing before you leave the house to get in the car. And what's worse are some of these people, and I don't want to speak bad to anybody out here. All right, these are the ones that don't think when they do this. They got their car parked in the garage. They go out, start their car up, get it a little warmed up, go out, get in the car. Nice warm car. It's not cold. And they get used to wearing the same clothes that they were back in October, September, in the middle of winter.
Or go see practice.
Get home bag.
Yeah. Or go see Practice Prepper, the only idiot I know who wears a tank top and shorts in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yeah, dress in thin layers. At least if you get caught outside, you'll have a couple layers to stay warm in.
Yeah.
And
each layer, there's always a little air gap around in there. They don't fit vacuum tight. So it's always a second layer is actually putting on two layers because you got the air in there.
Yeah, having a backup channel anywhere else but YouTube's good, but you got to make sure you drive people to it. The other thing that drives me nuts is do a little research. figure out how far your work is from your home, how far your kid's school is, how far like the corner store is. I mean, the buffalo thing, some people, I just don't know. I chalk it up to natural selection, stupidity, whatever. I read about a lady, it's sad because she was like 18, 20 years old, but she froze to death like 2 blocks from her house. She could
Yeah,
have gotten out of her car and walked at a brisk pace, generated more warmth walking, and made it home before she died. You know,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
stuff like
Also,
that. It makes me angry reading it because all she could have just gotten out of her car and walked home.
right.
Oh, but the
Also,
government's supposed to take care of us and
they
rescue us
don't
on the
ha-
road.
they don't help you if you're in the car in the garage with the garage door closed and you're there for 15 minutes trying to keep warm.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
No.
if you're only a couple miles from home, you might have to make that tactical decision and be like, "Yeah, I'm going to be cold for a little while, but I'm going to make it before I freeze to death, or at least run so I get a little warmer."
Yeah. And that's where, like we were talking about, that's where you need to have those detachable little shoe cleats and stuff so you maintain your balance as you're trucking along.
Right. Because you don't want to break a leg and freeze to death.
Yeah.
I've seen people do that.
And
I'm
running
on
in
a
snow is
walker
hard.
and I walk in the snow. How in the hell can you break your leg?
We used to
All
do
right.
our one of our big winter operations every year in February.
Mhm.
And for whatever reason, it used to always snow that week, and we're running in full kit and body armor and rifles and ammo, and just running in the snow wears you out, man.
Oh, yeah. Because your feet aren't used to that drag trying to go forward through the snow. Yeah. It's like trying to run in knee deep water.
Yeah.
Or mud.
Yeah. Okay. Um, just to remind everybody, on the 31st, over on my other channel, Gray Man Prepping, is going to be the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and I've added a members only giveaway to the same night. The members only giveaway is a let's see if I got it over here. I got it still up here. No, that's 1,000 subscribers. I know I put out a short video on it. You have to. The rules are you have to be a subscribe. You have to have joined the channel membership by 11 o'clock Mountain Time on the 30th. That way I can get my report to see who all his members is and everything else, and get it into the name of Wheels, or Wheel of Names. So you have to be a member by 11 o'clock the 30th. You have to be present in the chat, and you got 2 minutes to respond when the wheel chooses your name. So I'm giving out a $20 Amazon gift card, a $10 Amazon gift card, and a $5 Amazon gift card. And just like Joe over at Garden State Gardener, the bottom level, which is prepper, gets put on the wheel once. If you are a part of the Gray Man level, the next level up, you get on there twice. And if you're a survivalist like Patriot Prepper here in the chat, you get on there 3 times because that's the highest paying. He pays more, so he gets on there 3 times. Everyone else gets currently. Everyone else is are preppers. They get on there once. So, and then the wheel just spins, and that's the way it goes, just like Joe does over on Fun Day Sunday. All right, and let's see. Okay, gone a little bit long. Any questions in the side chat? Anybody have questions? Last minute remarks? Any things and anything we may have piqued your interest on to make you Okay, Jay must have made a good comment before that. It points to you, Shani. Oh, Shani was talking about, points to her for the having the extra clothes in the car there.
Yeah,
And that's the thing, for your vehicle, you should change out your personal kit in the vehicle from a winter kit, from a summer kit to a winter kit and change it back again in summertime.
You should always have a bag that you can grab within like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Don't ever decide to stay and die in your car, whether it's winter, you get stuck in a rut, you can't drive anymore for any reason. The car is replaceable. You're not.
Right.
Yeah.
Just grab your bag and go. Pull your gun if you have to. Like Steve was talking about before, where he showed that video, the Antifa guy. He pulled his gun, everyone pulsed back, he grabbed his bag and dipped,
Yeah.
Another trick of mine is I have the bib overall from Carhartt that's insulated, used in warehousing. If you ever worked in a refrigerated warehousing, you want one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you wear it in the winter, you put your snow boots on, you have a Carhartt coveralls, and then you regulate your top because you overheat. Trust me on that.
The cool thing about the insulated coveralls is you can fart in them and hold it in and go waft someone. We used to always, they had one year when I was out in Norfolk, and it was a really nasty winter on the flight line because we're right on the seawall. And somebody in supply got the bright idea, order a nose, and people were always, you'd see someone sneaking behind someone in their coveralls, ambushing them.
Yeah. The weight loss challenge, we're still trying to get enough people. We got 7 people right now. We need at least 3 more, so we can have 2 teams on it to help. It's a team challenge type thing, but it's also team support. So we're supporting each other in our weight loss. Joe at Garden State Gardener has signed up for it, but he's out there already losing weight.
I got 2, me and the wife. I got the wife to subscribe, so we're both going to sign up.
Okay. Yeah. Email me. I got you on there already. I think I got you on the list already. Yeah, I got you on there. Have the wife just send me an email so I can add her to. All right. So we just need a couple more, and we can kick the weight loss challenge off. Right now, we got Garden Warrior Q going to captain 1 team, and we got Star Homestead India, Where to Be in Homestead, Garden State Gardener, Shawnee Shave, Wayne Ungrateful Peasant, and myself. I am not going to be team captain. I'm going to be a participant. And yeah, team captains have not been assigned yet. We need to have full teams so I can run the wheel and I can pick randomly assigned teams, and then we can work together. So we're going to be doing the random assignment here in a little bit on that. So, all right. So I'm going to wrap it up here for tomorrow night on Gray Man prepping. Topics. Here we go. Tomorrow night. All right. This is going to be a sly one here. The topic is disaster cooking, no stove. And usually I'll have a thumbnail up with a bunch of pictures on it. Tomorrow's thumbnail is blank with big colorful lettering saying, disaster cooking, no stove, because it's probably going to go where you're not thinking I'm going to go. If Captain Morgan is
That'll be a fun one. I covered that a while back too.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I was trying to think of some creative ways to cook without making it smell. So if you're in a emergency situation, your neighbors and stuff or someone walking by outside couldn't smell it.
Yeah. All right. So that's on Tactical Tuesday is the disaster cooking. Thursday night is the Gray Man prepping, open topic. Friday night, back here on Camppatton Family Compound, 5 skills you need for bartering. And I'm not going to tell you what they are. I want you guys to tell me what the 5 skills are that you think you need for bartering. So that's what we'll be doing on Friday. We'll be discussing that. And then next Monday here is a tough one. What are you willing to give up? Okay. And so that's just the main topic. Where it's going to go may not be where you think it's going to go. I got a bunch of notes already put up on it. So that's what's coming on. And then, of course, next Tuesday, the 31st, is the 1,000 subscriber giveaway on Gray Man Prepping. All right. So I want to thank Al and Wayne for coming up here. And guys, if you're not subscribed to these two guys' channel, please subscribe to their channels. They got some good content out there. All righty. And with that, everyone, remember, don't go. It's wintertime. Don't act the fool. Don't go out and do anything foolish. And keep on planning for your spring garden. And it's wintertime, so look for food on sale at the stores and can it. Or freeze it. Or dehydrate it. You can still process food in the wintertime. All right. All right. See y'all later.